up, y'all? It's your girl Niecy Foxx, and I am back with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. It is nice to meet you. And if you're returning, hey! Okay, so I am back finally with part 2 of the BBL video. 7 things to consider before you actually get your BBL surgery or any type of cosmetic procedure for that matter. I am going to talk to you about some things that are more practical in nature, some things that are less about what you'll feel and experience, which is more about things you should be attuned to financially, more practically, before you consider going under the knife, getting any type of procedure done. Things you should probably know and talk about. I will add some other videos to the mix. One of them coming up will be about after your surgery, right? So things you should know, what your body may go through, things you may feel that people don't really tell you or that you can't really find. But nonetheless, here is part 2 of the video. Okay, so point number 1, first thing to consider before you get a BBL is your intent. So why do you want a BBL in the first place? If your reason is because you want men to like you or women or whatever people are into these days, if that is your why for getting a BBL, I would highly suggest rethinking or potentially not even going that route. And here's the thing, right? And it's gonna sound a little weird. You have to have a certain amount of love for yourself first before you get this surgery, right? So with me, I didn't necessarily like the way I looked, but I still love myself, right? So if I could have never afforded to get this surgery, I would have still been fine and I would have still been pulling them left to right because I'm fine. No makeup Mondays and all. So you gotta have a certain level of esteem, because if you don't have a certain level, there are no amount of surgeries that are going to fulfill you in any way, shape, or form. So I could have kept my flat ass, but I had the money to change it, so I did. However, I've always been confident. I've always had high self-esteem. I just didn't like a certain part of my body, so I wanted to fix it the quick and easy way. So think about your intent. I would say think about your response that you're gonna have for people. People are going to always have something to say about what it is you're doing, no matter what, right? Now for me personally, I have not had any backlash to my surgery. I think people who know me personally know not to bring that type of nonsense my way. And thus far, I'm still a small YouTuber, so I haven't had like negative comments about you shouldn't be getting this, you should love yourself first, you should do all these things. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I have thought about how I'll respond, how I'll care, if I'll care, should that time ever come. So the biggest thing that I can say to you is think about your intent, think about your why. Are you doing it because you legitimately just want a certain feature on your body that you really like, or are you doing it to please somebody else, to get attention that you may not be getting? If it is any of the latter, I would highly advise you not to do those things. And don't get me wrong, people will tell you, well, someone who got their body done absolutely can't love themselves. That is not true, in my opinion. Ready for folks to have an opinion about it. People will always have an opinion about you. How are you going to respond? If you're comfortable in your why, if your why and your intent is strictly about you, your wants, your desires, do it, my friend. Do your thing. Second thing to consider, the money, okay? How are you going to get the money to do your surgery? Getting a BBL can cost a lot of money, especially if you go to a place where they're either world-renowned or you're in an expensive environment, or a doctor who actually knows what he is doing. I will not give the specific cost for my procedure, but it definitely cost over $10,000. So there's that. But think about how you're going to get the money. So there are some different options that you have. Many doctors have places that'll help you finance if you want to. So I know you heard of like Care Credit. Care Credit is a type of like credit card almost, you can say, that can help you with any type of medical expense. So it can be cosmetic, It could be like a breast reduction surgery because of back pain that you have. It can be some type of like oral surgery that you need for an actual reason. You can use care credit for a lot of different things. If you want to use it for like laser hair removal, you can use it for that. But you have to qualify for it. So think about your credit score. Think about if this is worth a credit inquiry. For some people, it may not be worth it, or maybe not just yet. You may want to look into, some folks have taken out money from their 401k or their 403b, right? Took a loan out from themselves and are paying themselves back. But think about the type of money that you are willing to spend. There are many doctors who, when they do give the BBL surgery, they'll price based on how many areas you want done. Okay, so for me, I got fat taken out of my midsection, obviously, my love handles and lower back, my mid back, my upper back, my bra line, and my arms. And each of those different sections cost a certain amount of money, combined with the actual process of BBL. So it can be a pretty penny. So think about how you're gonna save that money, if it's even worth it to you. So you may see that like this surgery of what I actually want costs $15,000. And to be quite honest, although I really want my butt done, I don't think this is worth the $15 expense, which is cool, right? So think about how you want to save your money. I would suggest saving as much money as you can before getting your surgery. For some folks, it'll be worth a credit hit. For some folks, it won't. So figure out what's most important to you. At the end of the day, you're responsible for your own finances, and people can give you all types of advice and opinions in the world, but it's completely up to you. Some doctors will require you to pay a certain amount at a certain point. For me, my doctor was nice enough to let me just pay everything the day of my surgery, which is actually really interesting because my contract said that I had to pay half of the amount like 3 months before, but I never did, and no one ever said anything. But whatever, right? Figure out how much you want to pay. It can be expensive. On that note, another thing to consider is your doctor, okay? Now here's the thing, right? There are many women who go out of the United States to get their bodies done, okay? Some folks go to Mexico, the Dominican Republic, France, wherever. Generally, it's cheaper to get done. Personally, I have nothing against those people who do that or whatever. I would preference that you stay local, stay domestic. And the reason that I say that is because you should be more well-versed in laws of this country, safety standards of this country, more than you would be of other places that you are not a resident of. Now, if you want to go to the Dominican Republic, do your thing, right? But make sure that you research and that you make yourself knowledgeable of what their safety standards are, because it can be very different living in the United States. I got my surgery done in the land of plastic, Beverly Hills. However, I live in LA, right? So it didn't make sense for me to go anywhere else but to go to LA. The doctor that I chose, I had a friend who had gotten her body done, and she went to him. Her whole family actually goes to him. So I was able to see his work with the many different folks that I had seen from him. So I trusted it in that sense. He's pretty pricey, but this doctor is triple board certified. This doctor has like an actual surgery center within his office environment. So a lot of doctors will actually do your surgery at like a local hospital or a clinic that they are partnered with. This doctor had his own facility, his own like surgical room. I don't know why I can't talk today. He had his own surgery center within his office. Very clean environment, very cool, nice looking environment. Like, it was top notch, but that's what I paid for, right? So I paid for someone who was knowledgeable, who had the credentials, who knew what they were doing, who had a bomb ass facility. it was pretty pricey, but that's what I paid for, right? So, and always know that you'll get what you paid for. If you're going to get a BBL for, with all the pieces that I named that I got, and they're charging you, let's say $4,000 or $5,000, I would caution against it, because you'll never actually know what they're putting inside you. You may not actually know if they're doing things the right way. You just don't know. So choose your doctor wisely. When you visit your doctor, you should be able to ask your doctor all types of questions. If you're talking to your doctor and you are asking the same question over and over again and they're getting frustrated by you, not the doctor that you want to go to. You should be able to ask your doctor anything. They should be able to give you an answer, and they should be able to ease some of that anxiety and some of that tension. This is not just like, oh, I'm going to buy milk at the store today. No, you're being put under anesthesia, okay? That's a big deal, right? People look at like BBLs or whatever, and they think like, oh, it's not really a big deal. It's just a BBL, or it's just like it's just whatever. No, whatever you're getting put to sleep, it's not just anything. It's a pretty big deal. So make sure you get a doctor who is patient with you, who's willing to explain things to you once, twice, 3 times, however many times you need it, who is responsive to your questions. You can call them when you need to, just to reiterate some things. Your doctor matters. Okay, your doctor really matters. I cannot stress that enough. Pick the right doctor. All right, so the fourth thing to consider before you get your BBL is, what do you really want to look like? And you should consider losing weight beforehand. So one of the things that I regret is that the time between me deciding I really want this surgery and booking my date out and actually getting the surgery, I did not work out, and I should have. So here's the thing, right? Especially if you are a big girl like me and you're getting, or a plus size girl and you're getting a BBL, but you're not getting a tummy tuck, you're still gonna have a stomach, right? It's gonna be smaller, okay? Waist's gonna be cinched, you feel me? Waist's gonna be cinched, but you're still gonna be a big girl, right? So what you may want to consider is what you want to look like, and then work out to get down to a certain point. Because here's the risk that you run into, right? You can start working out after you get your BBL. That's completely fine. However, that fat becomes a part of you. So when you work out, you can't tell your body, hey, work everything else out, but don't work out my butt. I have a friend who, when she loses weight in her butt first, okay? That could be you. So you may want to get to a point where you lose weight first, right? So then when you do your surgery, your stomach is a little smaller, it'll be a little smaller, it'll get a little smaller, a little tighter, and you don't have to run the risk of losing your butt when you do start working. Something else to consider: who is going to be your person? The person that you choose to help you through your healing process is crucial to your healing. I cannot stress that enough. Major shout out to my best friend, Loyandra Cooper, because she was amazing throughout the process. She flew in, she stayed with me for a week. It's literally like having a caregiver. Now, if you have the money to put yourself in, like, what do they call it? I'm blanking, but it's almost like hospice care. It's like a recovery facility. If you have enough money to put yourself in a recovery facility, cool, do it, right? They're getting paid to do that. But for those of us who don't, have someone there by your side who you know has your back. Loyandra waited on me hand and foot. Like, there got to a point, my first shower, because you can't shower until about 48 hours after your surgery. So my first shower was a doozy. Like, I got lightheaded. I had to pray to God that he didn't let me die or fall. My hearing just went away. My ears were ringing. I don't know what was wrong with me in that shower, but it was terrible. My friend was there to have my back. I could not bend down to like get to the bottom half of my body. So what did my friend do? She came in, she washed my feet and ankles and lower legs for me. Like, that's the best friend. She was just down to help. Whatever I needed, like an errand ran, she did it, no questions asked. I needed a smoothie made, she did it. I was hungry, wanted food, she did it. I needed my pillows moved, she did it. My phone was too far for me to reach, she came and got it for me. She literally waited on me hand and foot. Now granted, I wasn't an ass, but there were some times where like my attitude was not the best because I was tired, I was over it. It was just a lot in that week. But she did literally anything that I asked her to do, no questions asked, right? So make sure that whoever you have is down for you in that way, who's gonna be patient, not gonna complain, who's just gonna be honestly a ride or die for you in that moment. That may not be your significant other. You may have a significant other who is just doing more irritating things and being more annoying than they are being helpful. You know who that person is in your life. So make sure that you have a great support system, someone who is going to like even lift your spirits, right? So whether that's making you laugh, my best friend did some really stupid stuff that I have on camera with like dancing and singing to Chris Brown and just being really weird to make me laugh, right? She made sure to like tell me it's okay, like, oh, you went downstairs, that's really great. Or like, you walked this far, that's really great. Okay, you're pushing yourself too much. What do you need? She always asks, what did I need? So make sure you have a bomb support system because you will definitely need it. Okay, something else to consider. Remember how I said, think about the money, where you're getting the money from for your procedure? The money does not stop at the procedure. You will have to purchase other things for after your surgery. With most doctors, they already give you one faja, so one garment, right? Like girdle thing to wear. Purchase two. You can purchase another one through your doctor. My doctor quoted me like the wrong price for something, so they just gave me a garment for free. And then, or you can like buy a garment from like Amazon or wherever, but have at the very least 2 garments. You're gonna have to wash those in rotation when you put them on, and so it's easier to have 2. So you take off one and put that in the washing machine. You'll have the second one. It makes things a lot easier. But purchase 2 fajas, okay? Purchase a urinal. So I used a urinal throughout the 6 weeks of my healing process. I don't even know if I still have it, but it was just a cute little urinal you get from Amazon. I stood up, so when I went to the bathroom, I didn't sit down when I peed. It's like a little kid when I peed, but I didn't sit down. I just like stood over the toilet, had my urinal on me, and let it go, and it feels like peeing like a man, right? But it's so much easier that way. Get you some tissue beforehand, wipe. But purchase a urinal. It'll make your life so much easier. Okay, this next one is a little bit weird, but I'm gonna say it because it helped me. You know how I said get a support system, someone to help you along the way? So it took me 5 days, 4. It took me 4 days post-op before I finally had a bowel movement, okay? It is so hard to wipe your bum when you are going through the early stages of the healing process. Oh God, it's difficult. And by that time, my friend had left. So I couldn't ask her to help me anyway. In hindsight, I don't think I would have asked her, but she was gone, so I couldn't ask. But first of all, I was so sore and swollen that I couldn't like reach back to do it in the first place. Like I probably got like right here. I couldn't really, flex and get in there like I wanted to. So I had to end up squatting on the floor with some tissue to try to like get in that. But that was really hard to do because your butt is swollen, and so you don't really have access to your crack like you normally would, and so it's a lot of like trying to wedge in there. But then you get really tired really quickly when you're fresh out of surgery, or not fresh, but like a week out of surgery. It was hard. And I could not like maneuver enough to get in there like I got in there. So one of the things that I had to do, I had to get one of my long mixing spoons from the kitchen to put a towel on and then use that to wipe my behind. TMI, I know, but it worked. Okay, it worked. So you may want to invest in, and no, I did not use the spoon after that. I threw it away. But I did use that spoon for about like a week or so because my butt was like swollen. I could not get my hands in there. So you may want to invest in something, okay? If you don't have someone to wipe your butt for you, invest in some type of tool that'll help you get in there the way you need to get in there, because your range of motion is not going to allow you to do it the way that you need to do it. Call it a TMI, but these are things you're gonna have to know if you're trying to get your butt done. It's nasty at a certain point, okay? Nasty. So watch some of the things that you eat, because I tried as hard as I could not to have a bowel movement. My doctor was like, you should have a bowel movement like 72 hours in. BS, okay? So 4.5 days. I was not trying to do none of that. So buy something that will help you get in there the way you need to get in there. Other things, you may want to consider buying more pillows depending on how you want to sleep or how you want to be propped up. Especially like it can actually be a lot when your back's feeling your stomach so much, especially if your doctor is telling you to heal for 6 weeks or to not sit on your butt for 6 weeks. Get you some extra pillows, get you some creams. The constant like getting up and down on the couch did a lot for like my elbows and my knees. So use like some cream, some shea butter to just like apply a couple different times a day, just so that you can avoid like that rough, hard skin from coming. Like all this at one point was just black because it was a lot. So get you some creams. If you can afford it, get you a body massage. So 24 to 48 hours after your surgery, I would suggest doing a drainage massage. And this actually goes back to the choose your doctor. The doctor that you choose should be knowledgeable about what techniques make the most sense now. If you get a BBL and you do not get a tummy tuck and they give you drains, that's pretty old school. So most doctors these days do open drainage, where they cover your stomach with like basically a big pad almost. It looks like those pads that puppies use in their potty training. They'll cover you with that, and then they'll put on your garment to just catch. It's open drainage, right? So the blood is draining from your wounds. Like whatever needs to get out is getting out. So a drainage massage will actually, they'll rub you down and they'll like on purpose try to get all that fluid out of your body and out of those drains. So do that if you can afford to. Something else you want to think about doing is a body contouring massage. I really wish I had have done that, because there are certain parts of my butt where like the fat just kind of sat there and it doesn't look too pleasing. It looks a little lumpy, to be quite honest with you. But for a body contour massage, they'll take like this roller and they'll roll it on your butt and on your thighs, right? To give you a nice rounded shape. They're kind of like shaping the fat for you. Unfortunately, I didn't have the money to do that, but I really wish I would have. I think my butt would have looked very different had I had done that. But if you can, look into body contouring. It will be painful. I have some friends who've done it. And they'll know, like they'll ask you, well, when did you get your surgery done? So they'll know like how much pressure to apply. But from those who have done it that I've seen, baby, okay, get you a body contour massage. It makes life so much easier. The open drainage massage will allow you to heal a little bit easier, and it'll take away a lot of that swelling and fluid, make you feel a little better. Whereas the body contouring massage will help you better with like getting the results you want, the shape you want, the roundness that you want. So think about that. Last thing you should consider before you get your BBL, for the sake of this video, is your lifestyle, okay? So are you willing to change your lifestyle? Going back to my, second point or something. I think the fire department is here. Going back to my second point about like saving your money, getting your body done is an investment in yourself. Okay, it is a very clear investment. You cannot spend upwards of $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on a body and it not be an investment. Okay, what you don't want to do, and it happens to folks, what you don't want to do is spend all this money, get you a body, live the same lifestyle you live. So eating fast food, eating after 8 o'clock, junk food, shakes, cookies and cakes, and then you blow up again. That is the biggest waste of money I have ever seen in life. Maybe not the biggest, because there's some small scale things I've seen that add up over time, but it defeats the purpose. Why pay all that money for a body and then gain the weight back, right? So if you're gonna get a body, or change your body, get a cosmetic surgery, make sure you're willing to change your lifestyle. How are you eating? Your portion control. When are you eating? Are you exercising? Are you being active? Are you living a lifestyle that's conducive to keeping the form that you are in? Okay, you have to change up some things. Your doctor will tell you, like, eat lean meats, eat lots of vegetables, eat some fruits, but you know, grill more, don't eat fried foods, no fatty foods. They'll tell you that. And make sure you follow the directions. This is something totally different now, okay? Because you have to maintain your investment. So think about that before you get a BBL. If you're like, you know what? I like eating cookies and cakes and shakes and stuff. Cool. You probably shouldn't pay for this procedure. But if you're willing to make the change, by gosh golly, do that. Get your surgery. All right, y'all, so that completes this video on the 7 things to consider before you get your BBL. I will make another video about things to consider after the process, or probably more so on like things I learned afterwards that I didn't know before. I don't know. I'm rambling right now, but there will be a part 3 about something that'll be helpful. I can see this being broken down into probably like 2 or 3 more videos, depending on how I do it. So just stay tuned for that and what that may look like. But as always, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you and I love you. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and like this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put it down in the comment box. But other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye.